Hey guys, we're back for part 2. And so let's hurry up and get started so I can get this done. Yeah, so I really love all your guys' questions. Thank you for asking them. And then, okay, this is from Red Hannah 91. And she puts, who are your top 3 YouTubers? It's hard to pick 3. I like a lot of everybody. I love everybody. But I'm trying to think. I like Karen at OCD of Books. She's one of my top 3. Christopher from the Cubicle Blindness and Dawn at Titancia. Those 3 are my favorites. I love them. I love you guys. And I don't know. They were the first 3 to actually like notice me, and they were actually the first 3 that I actually subscribed to. So, you know, they've been there through, you know, my channel and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And yeah, so top 3. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to everything. I listen to rap, rock, pop, Disney pop, country, everything. I love everything. Okay, which book characters would you want as your best friends? I would want John Belair's characters as my best friends, except the mean ones. I don't like the mean characters. But I would want all his characters as my friends. What sports team do you follow? I don't like sports, so I don't follow any team. But I do, for some reason, I like rugby. I don't know why. I really like rugby. So, yeah. Which author would you like to interview for your channel? This is still Red Hannah. I don't know. There's a lot. I would like to J.K. Rowling, but would that happen? I don't know. Never say never. I'm not even gonna say anything. Yeah, so those are her questions. So now let's get on to Miss Book Girl 3. She's got one question for me. Do you have a perfect place to write? No. I do not have a perfect place to write. Right now I'm sitting in the kitchen. I'm at the kitchen table. This is where I'm currently at every day. And this is not the perfect place for me to write. I can write here, but the perfect place for me would have to be the library. Even though books are a complete distraction, the perfect place for me is library. My bedroom, I hate writing in there. But yeah, what can you do? Nikki in Wonderland, she has some questions for me. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is brown because it reminds me of wood and owls. If you were a superhero, what would be your superpowers? Telepathy, telekinesis, and pyro. Yeah, those 3 sound good. What was your favorite childhood novel or picture book? I didn't read that much when I was a kid, but I did read a few books. And the few books that I liked were Anteater. She has her books. She's a character. She's an anteater, but her name is Aunt Eater. And she has mysteries, and those were so good. I'll read one now and I'll be like, these are so cute. Like, love those. And Owl at Home, that one was really good. I remember loving that one, like reading it over and over. But yeah, didn't read that much though. What made up creature would you like to have as a pet? No, I wouldn't want to have a made up creature as a pet, but as a friend, I would want Thimbletack from the Spiderwick Chronicles. That would be awesome. Deborah's Book Cafe, she has a question for me. If you could live in any book world, what would it be and why? John Belair's world and Harry Potter world, but mostly John Belair's world because I love the 50s and his books are all set in the 1950s and they have this magic element in them, and every time I read his books, I just feel like I get absorbed into them, and there has never been another book that I have felt that way about before. Like even the Harry Potter books, I've never just fallen into the book. With John Belair's, I've always just melted into his books, and just, I don't know, it's real weird, but you know, that's how I feel, and I really hope that you know, when people read my books that they feel that way. I try. Kaisa. I love your name. Such a cute name. Number 1 is, what was worse, middle school or high school? Middle school. High school was a piece of cake for me. But middle school, oh wow. That was so bad. Oh, where do you live? Being stalker right there. Where do you live? I live in El Paso, Texas. That is here in the United States. I really love it here. If you have never been here, you need to come here. The food is the shiznat. If you have not tried Kiki's burritos, you are missing out. Really, like, I love living here. The heat is a bitch, but I love living here. What do you want to do with your life? Be a full-time author, working with something else. What do you do right now? I want to be a full-time author, but I also have things on the side like singing and acting. But yeah, I just, you know, I want to be everything. And right now, I'm just an author. I don't really have an actual job because it's really hard in El Paso right now to find a job. But yeah, I'm really hoping that'd be cool to be a librarian too. They seems like fun. Then her last question is pears or apples? That's a hard question. Pears. And then book notes, Jarrett from book notes. He has a couple questions for me. Would you ever move? Yeah, but no, not right now. If I could, London or Cape Cod. Yeah. Number 2, are you going to write a book over 300 pages? No. Do not expect that, because I have my style of writing, I could not write something that much. To me, that's 4 books from me. I write, I would not ever expect for me to write something like that. Never say never. Hardcover or paperback? I prefer hardcover, but I like paperback too. Doesn't really matter. Though paperback gets messed up faster. I noticed that because it gets bent. What book do you want to light on fire? That's funny. A book that I want to light on fire. Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Dark Side by Beth Fantasky. That book was awful. And oh my gosh, I really did not like that book. I thought that book was horrible. And it's not the writing. She is a great writer. It's just a storyline that was just really bad. Really do not like that book. One of the worst books I've ever read. Cam, stop bashing it. That's mean. Who is your author crush? John Green. If that's what you mean, if you mean like crush, like I think they're cute, then that would be John Green. I think he's cute, even though I've actually never read any of his books. Yeah, go ahead and throw paper at me and fruit and vegetables and water bottles now at the screen. I tried reading Will Grayson, but I couldn't get through it. So yeah, so that's it for part 2. Thanks for all your questions. I love you guys, and I don't know what I'll do for 300 subscribers. We'll see. But if you haven't entered my giveaway, go enter my giveaway, and I will see you guys next time.